on the trail with Sachin Pilot. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Sachin, because I did speak to a lot of people in Tonk, और उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि ये जो लड़ाई आपकी और गहलोत जी के बीच में थी वो बेकार की लड़ाई है. You think on hindsight that maybe those 2 to 3 years were a wasted one?
देखो, लड़ाई किसी की होती नहीं है और मुझे लगता है कि राजनीति में जिन शब्दों का आप प्रयोग कर रहे हैं, लड़ाई और झगड़ा, ऐसा कभी होता नहीं है. हो सकता है काम करने का तरीका अलग हो सकता है अपने लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने के लिए हाउ टू गेट टू योर एम एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव डिफरेंट पाथ्स, बट अल्टीमेटली जो इश्यूज़ मैंने उठाए थे वो पब्लिक के इश्यूज़ हैं और पार्टी ने उन इश्यूज़ को एक्सेप्ट कर सरकार को डायरेक्ट किया और तभी ये कारण है कि जो पेपर लीक्स को लेकर बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा था, आज भी है और मैं समझता हूँ किसी को भी अधिकार नहीं है, नो वन हैज़ द राइट टू प्ले विद द फ्यूचर ऑफ आवर यंग जनरेशन. तो वो बच्चे जो लाखों बच्चे मेहनत करते हैं, ट्यूशन पढ़ते हैं, कोचिंग लेते हैं, किराए के मकान में रहते हैं, मेस का खाना खाते हैं, उनकी 2 साल 3 साल की मेहनत ख़राब हो जाए, दैट्स अनएक्सेप्टेबल. इसीलिए पार्टी ने कहकर प्रदेश की सरकार से ऐसा कानून बनवाया है जहां पर द प्रोविजन फॉर एनीबडी कॉट इन पेपर लीक्स इज नाउ इनहैंस्ड टू लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट. That's never happened in any other state.
But when you say it's coming a little bit too late, do you think your government should have listened to you earlier?
No, I think there is a time for everything. तो मैंने जो issues उठाए थे, the things I raised, I think were pertinent issues, and I'm glad that the party took cognizance of it and made sure that the government takes appropriate steps before the
Party or the CM should have taken cognizance of it. You did
I
that,
think it's the
Dharna.
same. No, so I spoke against whatever the Congress party stands for. I stood for. We don't tolerate corruption. We care for young people's future. We don't think any paper leak should ever happen again. So stringent measures have to be taken to stop those things. Ultimately, you see, the things we promise to people when we went to polls, until you fulfill those promises, how do you go and ask for those votes again? But I'm glad we moved in the right direction. Today we are very well placed. In the last 6 to 8 months, we worked together to make sure that the people have now faith in the Congress party's policies and government's work, and if the BJP is in a complete disarray, there is so much disaffection and sort of pulls and pressures within the organization that people are also watching that. Therefore, not just Rajasthan, but Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, all these states, the Congress party will do exceedingly well and form governments there.
You know, you had raised a point about 3 people who had violated the party discipline. One of them has been given a ticket because of his so-called proximity to a chief minister. Does that bother you and upset you, or do you think that could have an impact on the Congress?
See, the ticket distribution is a very long drawn exercise where there are inputs, there are feedbacks, survey reports, leaders give opinions, and we are asked for our opinions, which we gave within the party platform. Now the ultimate decision of who the party should give a ticket to lies with the central leadership, and they decided to give tickets to a lot of people. 200 seats we gave. So I have always stood for getting younger people into the fray, giving younger people a chance to contest elections. But after that, whoever the party decides is our candidate. We put all our efforts to make that person win. As far as those individuals who are involved in the party indiscipline and the boycott of CLP meeting and disobeying
Shanti Dariwal being one of them.
disobeying Mrs. Gandhi's instructions, etc. That is a mandate of the AICC. Now they gave notices of disciplinary action. Did not take, did take. That's something that's not my subject. I am working to make sure that the Congress party gets a mandate. We secure a majority. And once we win, party will decide who will do and act in what responsibility.
But do you think your fight, or whatever you want to call it, was futile? Maybe you just wasted your time? Because at the end of the day, you are not even being projected as CM face. He's also not being projected as a CM.
I think, a lot of our friends in journalists' lives, you try and make things fighting and, a waste of time.
Sulking?
No one was sulking. No one is fighting.
It's hard to believe.
That's up to you. I'm saying I've done my politics based on some issues, principles and convictions that I firmly believe in. I raised them at the party platform. And to be honest with you, I think the AICC central leadership was very cognizant of the fact that these are very, very important issues. And that is the reason today BJP is now, helpless. They were not even able to raise issues that they should have raised as an opposition. So I'm saying that Rajasthan will see a change of events. 30-year tradition of 5 years BJP, 5-year Congress, that will come to an end. The Congress party will come back with a greater mandate than we had last time. So this 30-year tradition is about to break, and Congress party will form a majority government in Rajasthan.
Okay, you talked about young faces being given a chance. You're young. I mean, why should you not be seen as the next chief minister should the Congress party come to power here? Or have you pulled yourself out of that race?
I don't think anybody is in the race or being pulled out of the race. Once we get a majority, then the MLAs will sit down and pass a resolution authorizing the leadership in Delhi to decide. That is the practice, the tradition and the custom of the Congress party, not just in Rajasthan, in all the states that go to polls, for decades together. There's nothing new. I'm not stating something that's not known. First, let's get the majority, let's win this election, and then the MLAs and leadership will decide. The people's voices will be heard, MLAs will give opinion, and the ultimate decision lies with the AICC. In 2018, when I was party president, we won the elections, and we authorized the Congress president to choose who the next chief minister will be. Exactly the same thing will happen this time also.
Okay, so two quick questions. One, of course, is of those FEMA charges and all of that against Vaibhav Gehlot. You think that's a political bitch hunt as a chief minister?
100%. 12 साल पुराना case, just before the eve of the elections, you start issuing notices. 95% of all people interrogated, raided or given notices by the ED are from the opposition. And Rajasthan also, when the election code of conduct is in place, to then start raiding leaders of the Congress party and giving notices is purely politically motivated. When they see that we can't win the elections directly, they use agencies to intervene and divert the minds of the people. It won't work though.
But प्रधानमंत्री हर रैली में makes the point कि ये लोग दोनों इतना आपस में लड़ते हुए थे कि कांग्रेस ने कुछ governance, you were not able to provide any governance to a state.
But who's that to decide? हमने governance दिया कि नहीं दिया, हमने अच्छा काम किया कि नहीं किया, that the only judge is the people of the state.
But you're giving an issue to the plateau to the Prime Minister also to hit out at you.
The PM, leaders of the BJP will come, but they were campaigning in Karnataka also, they campaigned in Himachal Pradesh also, the Congress party won. It's wrong to say that the campaign will lead to loss or victory. The 5 years that we have done, and nationally also, there is a change of mood. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra actually has electrified the workers across the country. And I'm telling you today that the BJP also has lost its sheen. Being 10 years in power, have not been able to deliver on most of the promises they made. So people are all looking for an alternative. And if the Congress party is to do well, it has to win state elections. If Congress party does well, the India Alliance does well. And that's why 24 Lok Sabha elections will be crucial, because once we win these states, we'll be in a position to defeat
Are you looking at yourself at a national picture after these elections are over? Would you want to contest Lok Sabha?
I have been, whatever task I've been assigned for 23, 24 years, I have done with utmost honesty. Delhi, Jaipur, Assembly, Parliament, Government, Organization. I've been blessed and lucky to have all these opportunities. Now, whatever the party wants me to do in the future, that decision I will follow without any problem. As far as Rajasthan is concerned, who will occupy what position, that decision lies with the Congress party leadership, and I speak for everybody in the state, with no exception, that whatever the party decides in Delhi will be happily accepted by all of us.
Finally, one thing what we are all looking to is a joint rally of you and Ashok Gehlot. Possible?
We've done many.
No. In a heat industrial elections.
Of course, election में भी हमने पहले भी किया, आगे भी करेंगे. You see, time today is not about personal ambitions. Whether the chair is sticking to me or not sticking to me is not important. Important is how the party. It is the party that makes governments. Governments don't make parties. If the party is strong, and today the leaders and this is an assurance that all of us are given in Delhi to Mr. Kharge and to Mr. Gandhi, that we will deliver the state for you. We will work unitedly, because people of India need the strong Congress to be seen, and that's our job today. It's not about personal ambitions. Positions, power, आता जाता रहता है. But party is more important, and we have to work together. Rajasthan mein, I'm telling you, the mood I've seen across my travels everywhere is that people are now actually willing to give the Congress party second chance. Last time we were in government.
No, but I do see a lot of anger against the ministers and against some of the MLAs rather than against Mr. Gehlot in some pockets.
Well,
you think
there is obviously anti-incumbency थोड़ा बहुत हर जगह होता है. But I'm of the opinion that Rajasthan mein, what we've been able to do is that the BJP has been very inactive for the last 4.5 years. And now they've done Rath Yatra, Jan Akrosh Yatra. Usme na to
and do you feel bad the way they're treating, so to say, used over the Congress words, Vasundhara Raje Scindia?
That's the internal issue. किसको treat कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे हैं, that party is their internal. हम लोग, we have fought unitedly. We are winning the state elections. And the agenda for right now for us is to give the blueprint for Rajasthan. Make sure people are able to listen to our views, and I think the BJP has also lost the plot. Their internal pulls and pressures are so obvious, and people judge two parties, the future, who's offering what. In terms of organization, I think we are much better placed in the BJP.
Before I let you go, many of your supporters call you the Vasu or Vasundhara of the Congress party.
She's from a different generation. I think it's wrong to compare. But like I said, what happens in the future, no one knows. And you keep asking these pointed questions. Are you projecting? Are you vying? Are you throwing in yourself out of the race? Yes, sir, these are all questions to be asked after December 3rd. Until December 3rd, we're all working together to make sure the party wins. And I think that's the attitude with which all the leaders are working in.
5 साल कांग्रेस, 5 साल बीजेपी. तो इस बार क्या बदलाव होगा?
जी नहीं होगा. यहाँ पर सचिन पायलट ही जीतेंगे.
वो तो आप टोंक की बात कर रहे हो, मैं पूरे राजस्थान की बात.
राजस्थान में भी गहलोत साहब लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री हैं और पुनः वही लौटने वाले हैं.
आपको लगता है कि बहुत वक्त बर्बाद हो गया ये पायलट और गहलोत की लड़ाई में?
हाँ, कुछ फर्क तो पड़ा है.
नहीं लड़ते तो ठीक रहता.
हाँ, नहीं लड़ते तो शायद बेहतर होता.
अच्छा, एक बात बताइए कि चुनाव में दोनों पार्टियां बहुत सारा वादा करते हैं, हाँ, कि हम पैसा डालेंगे अकाउंट में, महिलाओं के लिए ये कर देंगे, नौकरियां देंगे। जब आप लोग वोट डालने जाते हो तो आपके दिमाग में क्या रहता है कि हमें अपने नेता से क्या चाहिए?
देखिए, जनता नेताओं से विकास चाहती है। विकास सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा होता है रोजगार, दूसरा मुद्दा होता है महंगाई, तीसरा होता है सामाजिक सुरक्षा। इन 3 मुद्दों को विशेष तौर पर देखती है। चौथा जो मुद्दा होता है वो मेडिकल का होता है, और मेडिकल के हिसाब से जो गहलोत साहब ने किया है भारत में मिसाल है।
क्या जो पैसे बांटे जा रहे हैं अकाउंट में महिलाओं के, जो बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जिनका पेपर लीक हुआ, वो भी एक मुद्दा है। बात चलती है लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की, सुरक्षा औरतों का ठीक नहीं है, लोगों के साथ ठीक नहीं है। क्या इस बार चुनाव के समय ये सब चीज़ मायने रखते हैं?
अजी काई मायने ना कर दो, गाँव फ्री दे रही, पैसा दे रहे, पेंशन दे रहे गरीबा ने, बाप बेटा ने, बेटो बाप ने 5 रुपये दे, वो 1000 रुपये दे रही गहलोत। और दूसरी बात कहीं गैस फ्री कर दियो, और गाँव फ्री कर दियो, लाइट को बिल फ्री कर दियो। अब फिर ईश्वर तो कहीं से आई उसको गहलोत तो ये और भी न करे मेरे गहलोत साहब की बात से।
दवाएं फ्री कर दी।
हाँ, दवाएं फ्री कर दी, और कहीं चाहिए?
यही चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
और तो कहीं चाहिए? विकास खरीद जो सॉरी जो विकास तो खरीद लो जी,
कोई फैक्ट्री नहीं है,
विकास
नहीं है यहाँ पर,
नौकरियां नहीं है। तो नौकरियां एक बहुत बड़ी बात होती है, नौकरियों की जरूरत पड़ती है, वही एक मुद्दा भी होता है।
अजी साहब, हमारे जो यहाँ पे अभी मेहता साहब जो खड़े हुए हैं, ये मेहता साहब तो ऐसा काम करते हैं। हमारे यहाँ पे 18 महीने यहाँ की जितनी भी दुकानें हैं, होटलें वगैरह, 20 महीने इन्होंने बंद करवाए। यहाँ पे बेचारे गरीब परेशान रहिए 20 महीने। हॉस्पिटल के जितने भी मरीज थे चाय पानी के लिए तरसते रहिए, लेकिन 20 महीने ये दुकानें बंद करवाई मेहता साहब ने यहाँ टोंक के अंदर। तो हमारे यहाँ तो सचिन पायलट जी ने बढ़िया काम करे हैं। बड़े 5 साल हमारी सुख शांति रही है, यहाँ सचिन पायलट ही जीते।
आपको लगता है गहलोत और सचिन पायलट की लड़ाई नहीं होती तो कांग्रेस के लिए और अच्छा होता?
अजी फिर तो कांग्रेस को कोई हरा ही नहीं सकता था।
अच्छा, तो आपको लगता है कि उनकी लड़ाई से फर्क पड़ा है?
हाँ, थोड़ा फर्क तो है।
भाई, आपको क्या लगता है कि देखिए, चाहे वो बीजेपी, नहीं, आप बीजेपी कांग्रेस दोनों बहुत सारे वादे किए हैं, आप क्या चाहते हो अपने नेता से?
मैं तो कहीं नहीं, बढ़िया से आप लोग में तो कहीं नहीं जाना।
आप खुश हो?
बीजेपी आएगी पूरा राजस्थान।
हाँ, क्या
पूरे राजस्थान में बीजेपी आएगी।
अच्छा दीजिए, अब ये कह रहे हैं बीजेपी आएगी, आप लोग कहते, चलो ये इसी को डेमोक्रेसी कहते हैं।
31 तारीख को जीती है,
जो
जब
नामांकन है ना,
जो नामांकन
अभी मतदाता नहीं है, इन्हें भारतीय इतिहास मालूम नहीं है।
सचिन पायलट फार्म भरना है 31 तारीख को जब जीती है।
देखो, एक मिनट, हम पूरी बात सुनिए। अभी जो छोटे बच्चे हैं उन्हें भारतीय इतिहास याद नहीं है। पाकिस्तान में एक छोटी सी एयर स्ट्राइक करने पे ये बिधक जाते हैं कि बहुत कुछ किया है। सन 1971 में 99,000 पाकिस्तानी सैनिक कर्नल अरोड़ा के सामने यूं खड़े थे, वो इन बच्चों को नहीं मालूम।
मुझे एक बात बताइए, बच्चों की बात हम कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे पेपर लीक का बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है। चाहे
होते रहते हैं, बीजेपी सरकार में भी होते हैं, कांग्रेस सरकार में होते हैं, पूरे हिंदुस्तान में पेपर लीक हो रहे हैं, उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है।
16 साल से गुजरात में एक नौकरी नहीं मिली।
उस पर भी गहलोत साहब ने अभी अंकुश कसा है। भाई, आपके पेपर लीक नहीं होगा, उसके लिए भी उन्होंने कानून बनाए हैं अच्छे, तो अब नहीं होगा ऐसे। तो कोई काम भी होते हैं, बुरे भी काम होते हैं, लेकिन उनकी रोक भी होती है।
वही मेहता जी सुबह 10 बजे हार जाएंगे।